Live from Nasdaq's market site, I'm your host, Kristina Ayanian, and joining me today is CEO and co-founder of commercetools, Dirk Hoerig. Dirk, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me here, Kristina.
Let's get started. Let's talk about commercetools. What is the company and what makes you unique?
Sure. So commercetools provides a digital commerce platform giving brands and retailers the components to build and run outstanding shopping experiences across all touch points. And what we're doing and what we basically invented is something that's today called composable commerce. And what this is all about is that we are now in an environment that's on the one hand constantly changing from a customer experience, a customer expectation, and that now also these days is facing volatile economic market. And what that means is that brands and retailers need more flexibility to adapt to those kind of changes quickly. And this is where composable commerce comes into the game. It allows you to pick and choose the capabilities uniquely that you need to tailor outstanding shopping experience, and doing that across all touch points with an underlying platform for web, for mobile, for smartphone, for POS, for in-car. And we're now doing that for many that I would say of the world's most iconic brands like a Volkswagen, a Sephora, an Audi, an LL Bean, Express, and many, many more.
Wow. And this strategy of composable commerce is growing and the commerce landscape is changing. How does commercetools keep up with that ever-changing landscape?
Sure. So I think we need to look back over the last 10 years. And there we have seen that the shopping behavior had been changing quickly on the one end because of new devices that popped up, about new kind of business models. And companies had to adjust to these changes really, really quick and can't. And I think the problem there had been that the so-called legacy players out there, like the SAP, Salesforce, Adobe's and so on, that provided the first generation of these technologies to run their digital businesses, simply hadn't been built to keep up with that change. You can see it like, I don't know, Ford Model T, right? So you can order it in all colors as long as it's black. The problem today is in commerce, you need to heavily customize it. You need to tailor it to the consumer expectation. You need to be able to launch new things quickly. You need to be able to respond flexible to all of these kind of market changes. And yes, getting back to that Model T, of course you can repaint it afterwards if you want to. Of course you can change the seating, but that's expensive. It's a lot of time that you probably don't have. It's taking a lot of resources on doing that. So it's not a good kind of approach. And this is where commercetools comes in with the approach, helping our customers, giving them the agility and ability to constantly adopt and embrace change quickly to up-level the customer experience.
And it's working. You recently achieved a 100 million ARR milestone. Congratulations. And you were here celebrating on the Nasdaq Tower. How did it feel?
Yeah, thanks for mentioning it. A little bit unreal, I would say, right? So standing here at Times Square across all of these billboards and then finding your company name on top of it. But it was a great experience.
But also what you're doing is very niche, and especially because there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of instability in the market right now.
Yeah.
How does commercetools address this?
The answer is probably simple, I would say. We always focus from the beginning and the founding of the company on our customer needs and providing them the technology that they need to overcome their current challenges, but also the challenges that we expect they are running into the future. And of course, there's a little bit more factors that have been driving our growth over the last years. First, the demand is increasing, right? So the increasing demand for more flexibility, more scalability at lower operational cost on building digital resilience is just getting bigger and bigger, especially in a tougher economic environment, right? So you can't afford to spend most of your IT budget on maintenance and not on what's driving customer innovation. So therefore we see increasing demand over the last couple of years, first in COVID, now in a partial recession that we're in. Secondly, we benefit that we built a global business early on. So we're operating in the US, North America, all over Europe, APAC, where we have a core focus on Australia and New Zealand. So therefore, we're a little less affected if they're in one region or another markets facing different environment situation. And last but not least, our customer segmentation is widely spread. So we serve literally all kind of industries, from automotive to retail, from brands to manufacturing, from energy providers to healthcare. Everybody who is selling a product or service in a complex environment under scale benefits our technology.
You really have a strategic approach towards maintaining your growth.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what we are doing is, it's basically three kind of things. A, we are constantly up-leveling our product development, focusing on our customer demands. And one good example here is, as we're looking forward to what's next here for commercetools, is B2B, right? Last year we doubled down on B2B. In fall, we launched a whole set of B2B components for our customers with great success. Already today, roughly 30% of our customers do B2B with our technology. We believe that this market is continuing to grow significantly and also demands more flexibility where we come into place. Secondly, we're expanding geographically, right? And we constantly do. We did that over the last couple of years. We will have a couple of big announcements for our customers this year coming up, also in the APAC regions, which means more data centers that are closer to our customers, closer to their shoppers. And of course, that also drives go-to-market and many of the other functions that we are providing.
And you're really evolving as the industry is also evolving. You're evolving with your customers and your customer needs. The industry has evolved tremendously over the past 10 years. Where do you see it going in the next 10?
I think first, the pace of change is not going to slow down, right? It's something that everybody needs to face, and it's better to be a part instead just being on the side and watching that happening. So I think we will see even more devices. We will see things more on the AR side coming up, definitely. I think this is more a question of timing, not a question of this is going to happen. That will have huge impact on how we interact with brands, how we interact with products, also how we shop. And there we are best suited to just integrate another touch point seamlessly. And on the other end, I also think that companies need to up-level their operational excellence, right? Get more efficient. These days, especially focus on cutting down the cost, but not cutting on the innovation side. And this is where companies definitely the next couple of years will put the emphasis on, and I think where we can be really helpful to them to achieve their business goals.
And you are. Congratulations on all your success, and thank you for sharing your story. We're excited to continue following.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you.